2, 3, 4.
Hi guys, and welcome to another video by Vegetarian Vegan and Frodo. So today we're going to talk about something that I get asked about a lot, especially as someone who does a lot of long distance riding. We're going to talk about seeds, and I'm here at Giant Litwich. I'm going to talk to one of the sales guys, basically asking him what are his thoughts and suggestions on I know my hair does crazy things right now, but what are his thoughts and suggestions on the better bicycle seat that is more suited for long distance riding. Let's go check it out.
Alrighty, so yeah, whenever you're ready.
You go.
Okay, so 3 seats here. Now we've got 2 women's seats.
Yeah.
And one men's seat. So women's seats and men's seats will differ in the way that men's body parts and their pelvis will be different to women's.
Yeah.
So that's why they'll make different seats. Now you see with this one here, it has a channel in it that's quite deep.
Yeah.
That's because a lot of the time men that are over 50 will have a nerve that runs underneath them, and that'll get affected, especially when you're over 50 and you're a male. And that if you sit on that for long enough on a seat like this, then you'll get some numbness. So that's why they'll put that in there. These seats are sort of similar, and they're sort of what they want to do. This one here, a lot more cumbersome, more for like cruiser sort of bikes, general riding, just max 20 k's.
Yeah.
People that just want the thing that's just the most comfiest, most cushion.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing that people forget about seats is the actual shape. So if you look at a seat like that, which looks pretty comfy, and you look at a seat like that, doesn't look comfy at all.
Looks very
Yeah, so people ride on that for 6 hours plus in one day.
So with this, do you think this is more suitable for 6 hours plus to?
If you have Nix, so Nix will have the chamois that has a so protective. So everyone you see riding on the road will have those sort of tights on, that lycra that has a protective layer in between you, your skin and the seat. Now they are pretty crazy to get used to, and they can take they will hurt your bum at the start.
Yeah.
But if you are more accustomed to riding something that's like this, that's easy to get used to, and it does provide you with a bit more cushioning.
Yeah.
If you find that your sit bones, which will sit there, are they do plague you a little, then that's a more of an all-rounder sort of seat. So that's not a bad one to go for in terms of shape.
Right.
Yeah.
And what would you say would be the better seat for 100k plus rides? Really consistent, day after day.
Day after day.
Touring,
really. If you get yourself one of those, with those Nix, that's probably the best way to go about it. Thanks, Mark. Really, these seats are more general riding. A lot of people will commute on these seats, but those seats are shaped to how the pelvis sits. So they'll have 3 different sort of types of seats for how flexible you are. So the lower that you can touch your toes, the more flexible you are, the different sort of seat you'll actually have. So there's a lot of science in it. But with those seats, you just don't wear them bare bum. You definitely have Nix on, which will have that padding underneath your bum there. So guys in the Tour de France will ride those bikes and they'll have those seats, and they can be on those seats for up to 7+ hours. Yeah. And for everyone else on the road, we'll be riding with those long distance. Easy. We'll be riding with those as long as you have Nix.
What about Nix and these kind of?
Yeah, you can do that. The only problem that I have with these is that one there is it is skinnier, whereas this one here comes out and it flares out sort of here, whereas the other ones will start here and come in. So it will be a wider seat. Whether they work with Nix is sort of a personal thing, but then you can get a bit of, I'd imagine you might get a bit of chafing with those. But if you do, that's when something like a chamois cream. A lot of people will use that. So that's chamois cream. So that just stops chafing basically. But
then you get that sort of chafing and kind of imprint of the seat if you're on the seat for a long time from those kind of seats as well, though, right?
Definitely. People will use chamois cream with those seats and with their Nix as well. I don't personally, but as I get older, it might be something that plagues me. So I'll definitely use chamois cream. But if you don't get it, then you don't have to use it. No worries. But
does weight go into account for like whether you should get something like this, like what shape, or like this?
Sure. I mean, you know, at the end of the
height?
day, yeah. So weight, you know, you're always working against gravity. So over long distance, the less weight it is, the easier it is that you can pedal and go further. So those seats will be lighter than these. But, you know, a carbon railed seat, one of those, that can cost you $400 for a seat.
Yeah.
So, you know, weight, as soon as you start talking about weight, you start putting a bigger price tag on it.
I mean, like human weight, like
Human
a
weight,
person who's 50 kilos or a person who's 70 kilos, and they're going like long distance, like over a week, they're riding to Sydney, for example, from
Sure.
here. Which seat would you think is more suitable for that type of application?
Probably the same. Weight, personally, comes down to your physiological performance on the bike. So someone who's 50 kilos won't have as much muscle as someone who's 70 kilos, but they will be lighter. So if you go up a hill that's a 10% gradient, which is a sort of decent hill that you find here around Brisbane, then being 20 kilos lighter is going to make you, it's going to be a lot easier. But you will have less muscle. But considering that humans are all the same at the start, usually we're sort of have, you know, people are born with different sort of body types, but we'll have around the same sort of muscle mass. So being lighter, definitely sure, it's going to help you over long distances. You look at any long distance runner, cyclist, they're going to be stick thin and they're going to be really, really toned. So they're going to have a low body fat percentage and they're going to be quite skinny. But that also comes down to the fact that their heart just pumps out a lot more blood than the rest of the populations can, purely because your heart's a muscle. So guys that go in the gym that train their muscles to get bigger, you can do that with your heart. So one of the best cyclists in the world at the moment has a heart that's 1.5 times the size of a normal human being's.
You can measure that?
Yeah, so he can pump more blood through his body so much more efficiently than everyone else.
That's so cool.
So that plays a big part in it. So really, it's a personal thing. Now, if you haven't ever ridden with one of those seats that you see on the road bikes, I'm going to tell you right now, probably is going to hurt, especially if you wear it. Even if you wear it with Nixo, it will hurt. Something like that, if you're more accustomed to it and you've been riding with that seat that you're talking about, I'd probably go with something like that. It's just closer to what you've had. That's quite a jump. Definitely.
Because I've commuted on a seat like that, but I've done all the long distance stuff I've done would have been on a similar seat to this with like a bit of padding and a bit of a like shape.
Then if that's working for you, I'd probably go with that then.
So that's like more personal then?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. The more long distance you go, a lot more of those people that do long distance events will have a lot more personal touches to their bikes and to themselves.
Yeah, that's really cool. It's very interesting. Right, and I guess the question that like I was kind of saying, if the person's same height, but like one is slightly overweight and one is like quite thin, would you then have recommendation in regards to seats, or is that really just a preference?
Probably not so much. Not so much weight or height. No. When it comes to seats, I wouldn't say that you know, you might have a bit more fatty stores in your glutes that you can sit on. Maybe that makes it a bit a bit more redundant to have a more cushiony seat, but really at the end of the day, I don't think that plays the biggest part as to the actual shape of the seat compared to you and what you've used in the past to go off.
And there's a starter seat if someone is like brand new to cycling, for example, and they wanted to kind of begin a seat that would be comfortable for them, so they actually want to get on the bike and not be afraid.
That'd be pretty much on any bike that costs between, you know, if you're starting out on cycling, you're not going to go out and buy, you know, maybe like a $2,000 bike. You might buy a bike that's, you know, $600 or something. Then, you know, any seat that's on there is designed for someone who's just starting out. Pretty general sort of seat. But, you know, these seats are quite versatile in the fact that you can do long distance on them, sure, but they're also good for commuting or just starting out as well. Quite a universal sort of seats that you see through here. Whereas those other ones will be a little bit more niche sort of markets.
So then you've explained this little hole for like the males, but then the female one I see has a little hole as well.
Just a little one in there. The females can get a bit of numbness, but it's not. I haven't seen it as much as in the males.
Is it just design?
Yeah, really, I'd say. Okay. That's the point. Considering the fact that, you know, the seat is that pretty much, it's that thick and it's that cumbersome, it doesn't really come into play there. Yeah.
That's very interesting. Thank you.